Part 27. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 261. Ziding Mountain is located between Qin Emperor City and Suanwu City. Purple clouds rise here all year round, and it has stood here for who knows how many thousands of years. The peaks here are beautiful, and Mount Everest towers into the clouds, just like a fairyland of purple clouds. Since ancient times, there have been peerless geniuses who have set their battles here. At the top of the main peak, there is a vast battlefield, blessed by peerless formations, with an ancient spirit. At the foot of the mountain, Qin Feng was sitting cross-legged in the inn. On this trip, he only brought Zhou Qing'er and Wang Shui with him. Originally, he didn't even want to bring two of them, but he was going to face the war and really needed some people to help with food and shelter. What's more, both of them are protected by immortal treasure armor, and the crane also has extreme speed. If they encounter danger, he can take them to escape from here. Therefore, Qin Feng brought the two of them to this inn. Middle. The inn here has long been overcrowded. Countless monks came here to see Qin Yi's style. Only by seeing Qin Feng's demeanor was it just by accident. Qin Yi was the quasi-holy son of the ancient Qin clan, but Qin Feng was not. When Qin Feng rode the dragon horse to this place, he immediately attracted the attention of many monks. Many people saw Qin Feng checking into this inn. A powerful aura surged out of this place, and many people were paying attention. In the moonlight, a monk in white clothes came from the sky. He was suspended in the sky above the inn, flowing with powerful momentum and murderous intent. In the inn, some guests were frightened, and in the hall, some people quickly retreated, feeling the powerful aura of the man in the sky, hiding endless murderous intent, which was terrifying. Many people turned their attention to the guest room where Qin Feng was, because the monk's eyes appeared in the sky, and it was Qin Feng's guest room. Qin Feng sat cross-legged on the jade futon. He opened his eyes, and two golden lights burst out in his eyes, which flashed away. Dang, dang. Qin Feng's fiery golden eyes emitted a dazzling beam of light, instantly piercing the void. The man in the void pointed out two beams of light with his fingertips, and the golden light instantly collided with them. The void was shaking, and murderous intent filled the air. This person comes with bad intentions. He is obviously suspended in the void, but it gives people a very ethereal feeling, as if he is in a world. You actually came. The visitor was a little surprised, and soon sneered, and said, Qin Feng, let me see if you are really worthy of senior brother's personal action. After hearing this, Qin Feng came out of the guest room, let him float in the sky, and walked a few steps forward. Does this inn belong to you? Why can't I come? Haha, now that you're here, don't even think about leaving. Qin Hua sneered, his expression gloomy. As Qin Yi's junior brother, he was already a monk who could move mountains in his 20s, and he was quite conceited. Oh, you think I'm so easy to bully? Qin Feng smiled, he was suspended in mid-air, and then looked at Qin Hua opposite with interest. His expression was dull. Killing you is just a matter of backhand, one move is enough. Qin Hua looked indifferent. He came to Ziding Mountain first and wanted to meet Qin Feng to see if the other party was really worthy of his senior brother's action. Even Qin Yi wouldn't dare to say that he would kill me with one strike. Do you think I'm really a straw? Qin Feng walked forward in the void, and golden ripples bloomed under his feet, like the spread of Taoism. My senior brother Qin Yi is the quasi-holy son of the ancient Qin tribe. In my opinion, you are nothing. It would be easy to kill you. Qin Hua looked extremely disdainful. He looked down at Qin Feng and had already seen through the other party's cultivation. Qin Feng can only move the sky. With such a level of cultivation, it is not worth asking senior brother Qin Yi to take action. You must know that Qin Yi has been suppressing his own cultivation speed in the ancient immortal mountain and tempering his divine power. When Qin Yi was still in the realm of gods, he could kill monks in the realm of telekinesis like butchering dogs. He was one of the true sons of the saint. Talent. Then you come and kill, and I'll give it a try. Qin Feng walked forward again, and was less than 50 meters away from Qin Hua. He stood in the air against the wind. At this moment, more and more monks are landing in the nearby inn. Countless young talents from the eastern region are gathered here, and they are full of people. Isn't this Qin Hua, the inner disciple of the ancient Qin tribe? I heard that he has an irreconcilable relationship with Qin Yi, and he is already a strong man who can move mountains. It is said that the other party is likely to become a master in the divine realm before the age of 30. Countless young monks talked about it and recognized Qin Hua's figure, and they were in charge of Qin Yi very well. Qin Feng's eyes narrowed, and he instantly learned the news he wanted from the monks who were talking about it below. You have a good relationship with Qin Yi. Qin Feng smiled lightly and looked at Qin Hua, who was suspended in the void. There was true energy swirling around him, making him become ethereal and ethereal. I didn't expect that before the God King fought against the immortal body, he first faced off against the Qin clan's true disciple. It's going to be a good show. This Qin Hua is also well known in the eastern region. It is said that he is also very important among the inner disciples. Qin Hua was injured in a battle outside, and it was Qin Yi who saved him, so the two are close friends. At this moment, countless monks were all looking at the two people. The atmosphere here was noisy and attracted the attention of countless people. Qin Feng has created miracles many times. I'm afraid there are not many people under the age of 30 who can compete with him. In my opinion, Qin Feng is the one with the most danger. You should know that he is a disciple of the Ruishi Qin clan, but he has been wandering around outside. How can he compare with the inner disciples who practice on the ancient immortal mountain? Their strength is unfathomable. The monks were talking about it. Before the battle started, an appetizer had already happened. The conflict was about to begin, which made people feel a little excited. Many people thought that there would be no suspense after seeing that the other party was Qin Yi's junior brother Qin Hua. Qin Feng was definitely not the opponent of the other party and would be killed by the other party. At this moment, Qin Feng stood in the air. He quietly waited for Qin Hua to attack. Pa! Qin Hua stepped on the ground, like a fleeting light, and slapped out with a palm. The black palm wind was mighty in the void, suppressing Qin Feng. Qin Feng punched out at the moment when the black palm wind approached his body. The light of the moon intertwined and exploded like thunder over the inn. The violent collision of fists and palms caused terrible ripples to bloom in the air. The true energy floated like a dark cloud, submerging this place, and the whirlwind rolled. Hum. A muffled hum came from the clouds. Obviously, someone was not as good as the other party and did not suffer a loss. Qin Hua is extremely talented. Qin Feng may have suffered a loss in this attack and lost to his opponent. Qin Hua's palm wind is so powerful that it can move mountains. It's really terrifying. Some people exclaimed, but when the black fog dissipated, everyone was stunned and speechless. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 262. Above the inn, Qin Feng's white clothes fluttered, and the qi surging around him was hazy. He stood in the void, motionless. On the other hand, Qin Hua's face was pale, and he stepped back. His palm was completely deformed and twisted. How is this possible? It's unbelievable. It only took one move to injure Qin Hua. Many cultivators were very puzzled. Qin Hua was also an inner disciple of the ancient Qin clan Fairy Mountain. The other party and Qin Yi were brothers, but they couldn't even stop Qin Feng's move. Impossible. Qin Hua's face was pale, and his palm was completely deformed under Qin Feng's attack, which shocked him. He felt that his palm just now was like hitting an ancient sacred mountain, and it couldn't move at all. He had felt such power on Qin Yi before. Could it be that the other party really had the strength to match Qin Yi? But the other party was just a cultivator who was just thinking about soaring into the sky. How could this be possible? You know, even Qin Yi, at this age, did not have such power. Look, it's too difficult for you to defeat me with one move. Qin Feng stood in the void, with a faint teasing on his lips, looking down at the other party. Since the other party was Qin Yi's junior brother and wanted to stand up for Qin Yi, he should be prepared to fall. Qin Hua heard this, his eyes turned cold, and with a slight shake of his intact right hand, a water blue flying knife burst into light, instantly pierced through the void, and turned into a huge mountain, oppressing the people around him and making them breathless. This is Qin Hua's famous skill, the deadly flying knife. Someone around exclaimed, "This deadly flying knife is a weapon that Qin Hua cultivated with his life, because the other party once used this move to kill a cultivator of the 5th level of moving mountains. This is also the reason why his deadly flying knife is famous all over the world." In the void, waves of pressure came out, making many people breathless. The flying knife burst into pieces of light, and the oppressive void appeared with ripples and cracks. Qin Feng's eyes condensed slightly. The opponent's flying knife was so heavy. This magic weapon has the golden attribute of Ruyi. Its strength is indeed not to be underestimated. Swish! In the shocked eyes of everyone, Qin Feng stretched out his 2 fingers, intertwined the light of the moon and the sun on his 2 fingers, and then directly clamped the flying knife in the void. Then, the flying knife sent out heavy pressure, and Qin Feng's fingers trembled slightly. However, he was really blocked by the attack of the flying knife. All the monks around were dumbfounded. Qin Feng stopped the flying knife with 2 fingers. This was really terrifying. However, the shocking thing for them was still to come. Qin Feng's 2 fingers shook, and he instantly stood in the 9 Forbidden Realm. His fingers transformed into the energy of the 81st generation, and he actually broke the flying knife in the void. Puff! The flying knife that Qin Hua had risked his life to cultivate was directly broken by Qin Feng, causing his own mind to be backlashed. He suddenly spit out a mouthful of blood, and his breath suddenly weakened. Gudong! Qin Hua stretched out his hand and swallowed a pill. His momentum surged, and then, Qin Feng punched his deformed palm and revived it intact. At this moment, 9 more deadly flying knives appeared in Qin Hua's hands. These flying knives gathered together, bursting with blue light, and instantly surged dozens of feet in the void, slashing towards Qin Feng. A terrifying pressure flowed in the void, and the 9 flying knives intertwined brilliantly, and the oppressive void was trembling, which made people feel horrified. Here, the people watching the battle all changed color, all of them were extremely nervous and focused. The flying knife was unleashed with the strength of the mountain-moving realm, and its power was extremely great. More importantly, this flying knife was as heavy as a mountain, and it could split mountains and rocks, and cut people's souls. It was extremely terrifying. "Break it for me!" Qin Feng roared, and his arms shook. In an instant, the light of the moon and the sun intertwined. 2 bright beams of light smashed out between his palms, and the black and golden patterns intertwined, reaching the sky and the earth, smashing towards the 9 deadly flying knives. The 2 beams of light turned into a giant of dozens of feet, reaching the sky and the earth, and smashed on the flying knives. In an instant, the flying knives began to crack. Then, Qin Feng shook repeatedly, and the 9 flying knives were shattered into dust in the void by the lower-grade Kunpeng fist of the immortal product under the blessing of the 9 Forbiddens. Oh my god, it's so scary. The body of the God King, the power is like the sea. The opponent's body is comparable to the secret treasure. Is this the power of the body of the God King? The people watching the battle were all stunned and felt incredible. All the flying knives were destroyed. Qin Feng stepped on the immortal steps, the light shot up to the sky, and he pressed towards Qin Hua for a while. At this moment, Qin Hua's soul was all gone, he burst out with blue light, the true energy intertwined, turned into a blue gas column, enveloped him, and protected him from extinction. Then, heavy divine flame steamed around him, and the energy light was like no name, sweeping towards Qin Feng, and the void was shaking. No one could tell how terrifying Qin Hua's power was. He was fighting desperately, and the true energy in his body was desperately hitting forward to destroy everything. He had to buy time for himself, otherwise he felt that he would really die here. Buzz. The God King Qin Feng was around, and those gorgeous lights hit him, but they couldn't break the defense of his physical body. This scene made everyone feel horrified. Qin Hua, who was at the level of moving mountains, was no ordinary cultivator. He is a true disciple of the ancient Qin clan, but such a true inner disciple can't break Qin Feng's defense, which makes everyone terrified and very horrified. Impossible. Qin Hua was extremely unwilling. He originally thought that his full strength attack could at least block the opponent for a few seconds, but the opponent escaped directly from the divine flame, which made him feel hopeless and full of frustration. My junior brother ran away from Qin Yi. Just run away like this? It's too vulnerable. Near the inn, countless cultivators talked about it, and their faces were all horrified. Qin Feng really has the power to match Qin Yi. You just said that you can kill me with one move, but now it has already exceeded 10 or 8 moves. Now you can try my power with one move. Qin Feng's speed is very fast. He stepped on the immortal step and caught up with him in an instant, then clenched his fist, and the moon and the sun intertwined, and punched down. Boom boom. The void was shaking from the punch of the lower grade Kunpeng, and the space was filled with terrifying ripples. No. The owner of the inn was a cultivator of the 4th level of the mountain moving technique. He quickly spoke out to stop Qin Feng, and at the same time, a light appeared in his palm, trying to stop Qin Feng's attack. After all, Qin Hua was a true disciple of the Qin clan of the ancient immortal mountain. If he died in his inn, he would never be able to open this inn again. At the same time, Qin Hua also fought back with all his strength, and a heavy light spread in his palm, trying to dissolve Qin Feng's punch and win a chance to escape. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 263. However, Qin Feng's black punch shook the void with unparalleled momentum. Golden and black light intertwined, blooming into patches of light. With a pop sound, Qin Hua didn't react at all. His resistance had no effect at all. He was directly smashed into pieces by Qin Feng in the void and turned into blood mist. You. The owner of the inn was very shocked. He didn't expect Qin Feng to kill Qin Hua right in front of his eyes, causing his physical and mental destruction. This blow was so powerful that it directly turned the opponent into a blood dance. Even the death talisman could not save the opponent's life. Boy, do you know who the other party is? The innkeeper shouted and asked. The other person was about 40 years old, with qi and blood all over his body, and was very powerful. Who do you think you are? Are the Qin people great? Qin Feng was suspended in mid-air, standing with the wind, and his words contained peerless edge. The other party was a monk from the 4th level of Moving Mountain. He shouted angrily, Qin Feng, no matter what grudges you have with Qin Yi, you are still killing people on my territory. That's just not okay. Old man, what you said is wrong. He wants to kill me. Can't I fight back? When the innkeeper heard this, he said with a serious look on his face, I saw everything that happened just now. The other party did not hurt you, nor did he hurt you at all, but you killed him directly and forcefully. This is your fault. Then according to your statement, as long as he didn't hurt me, even if his original intention was to kill me, it would actually be my fault if he was killed by me instead. Qin Feng's face was indifferent. He looked down at the innkeeper below, with a peerless edge flowing in his eyes. Everyone around you can see it. He is no match for you, so he can't take your life. What's more, he has a distinguished status and is a disciple of the ancient immortal mountain. You shouldn't kill him. The innkeeper said sternly. Qin Hua was an inner disciple of the ancient Qin clan, and he died here. If the Qin clan or Qin Yi were to blame, he would probably be left with nothing to eat. Qin Feng is different. Although he is also a branch of the ancient immortal mountain, he is only a branch disciple in the small Suanwu city. Compared with Qin Yi's quasi-sage, he is just an ant-like existence. Just because he has a noble status, so if he wants to kill me, I should wait to be killed by him. This truth is really new. Qin Feng sneered, with strong murderous intent blooming in his eyes, staring at the innkeeper below, and said again, he has been killed by me, what do you want? There are countless monks here, and they naturally stand on the side of the ancient immortal mountain. The innkeeper's move was to protect the face of the Qin people in the ancient immortal mountain. They tried to persuade him just to get closer to Qin Yi. Yes, Qin Hua is done with you. You shouldn't hurt his life. Qin Hua is no match for you at all. How can you directly destroy his body and spirit? Among the crowd, some monks transmitted their voices, and their words spread so erratically that it was impossible to find out who was speaking. In response, Qin Feng just sneered. He was very disdainful of the monks who were transmitting messages among the crowd. They did not dare to show their true colors to others. They were just clowns and could not catch his eye. Qin Feng, you killed the true disciple of the ancient Qin clan and you still laughed. I want to teach you a lesson for the Qin clan. The innkeeper finally showed his foxtail. The reason was that he wanted to kill Qin Feng directly to please Qin Yi. On the one hand, Qin Yi does not need to take action to kill Qin Feng, on the other hand, it is also possible to let Qin Yi know that Qin Hua died here and it has nothing to do with the innkeeper himself. Very good. Since Qin Hua just said that he could kill me with one strike, I will tell you this now. You can teach me a lesson. If I kill you with one slap, you can't blame anyone. Qin Feng's voice was cold, and he looked at the innkeeper with murderous intent. Brush. The innkeeper made a powerful move, and his murderous thoughts rolled towards Qin Feng, like a mountain suppressing it. The void became heavy, like a quagmire, and the pressure doubled. Then I will capture you today and then give a gift to Master Qin Yi. Sounding words, so nice to say. After all, you still want to be Qin Yi's dog, but unfortunately you can only become a dead dog. Qin Feng took the initiative to step forward. He showed off a powerful momentum, and then, the vision of the God King surrounded him, looking down at the innkeeper below. The surrounding monks all changed their minds. The people who moved the fourth level of the mountain were so powerful that everyone was surprised and wanted to know the next battle between Qin Feng and the boss. Early tomorrow morning, Qin Feng will fight against Qin Yi, the quasi-sage of the ancient immortal mountain. On the eve of the battle, he actually encountered a master, and many people attacked him forcefully, which was very shocking. Brush. The innkeeper took action directly, and a blood-tip gun appeared in front of him. The blood-tip gun flowed with blood-colored light and intertwined with the mist. It was extremely eye-catching under the night sky and drowned towards Qin Feng. The blood-tip spear is even a powerful killing weapon. It is a weapon second to none among the kings. It has drank the blood of countless creatures, but in terms of power, it is extremely terrifying. The onlookers were all shocked and watched nervously as they saw the blood-tipped spear thrust out. A red dragon covered the sky and the sun, dyeing the night sky red, and there was a very bad feeling. Base. The opponent was on the fourth level of mountain moving. At this moment, Qin Feng did not dare to stand up. He waved the Taiyan 7 killing sword and stabbed forward. Instantly, the black Taiyan chi permeated, instantly making the void feel like the cold winter in December, suffocating and making people feel like falling into an ice cellar. Qin Feng was surrounded by divine light and strange phenomena, creating a blue and white moon around him, and the mist below made him look sacred. Chilla! The Tadian 7 killing sword instantly cut through the sky, and the heavy momentum was split apart. Then, the Tadian 7 killing sword slashed out with a force that shook the world, and the sword energy was overwhelming. The red dragon shot out by the blood-tipped spear was so real that it made the void tremble. Countless people felt suffocated. Even though they were far away, they felt the powerful power, as if they were facing a real dragon. Facing the power of a monk in the moving mountain realm, ordinary people simply cannot bear such pressure and will be crushed in the void by the momentum of a mountain. But Qin Feng was not among them. He was fascinated by the strange visions around him, just like the God King at that time. The red dragon suppressed him, and the air pressure doubled, but it could not restrain his movements. In an instant, the sword energy rushed into the sky, slashing the red dragon in the void, and a loud noise shook the earth. In the void, the sound waves were so powerful that it was unbearable. Many people stood too close and were instantly attacked by the sound waves. They had bleeding in their ears and noses and could not bear it. Window. Tabula equals window. Tabula. Tabula.push, mode, thumbspeed -01, container, tabula below article thumbnail -300x250, placement, below article thumbnail -300x250, target. Type, mix. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fa Shi. Chapter 264. Qi. In the void, the red dragon collapsed instantly and was scattered by Qin Feng's sword. The majestic power surged into the sky, and its momentum reached the clouds. The expressions of all the monks around him changed drastically. No one expected that Qin Feng could dispel the power of the fourth-level monk who moved mountains with one strike. This was really too powerful. This kind of existence is completely different from the monks who moved out of the country. The strong men in this realm have practiced for a long time and have continuous divine power. They have the power of 4 mountains. How can a mortal body resist it? However, Qin Feng blocked it, and still used his mind to move the first layer of heaven to gain power. This made all the monks' expressions change greatly, and they felt that their hearts were broken. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The owner of the inn's face changed drastically, and he stabbed out the red blood-tipped spear in his hand again. In an instant, 9 red dragons flew out of the sky. Each red dragon was stronger than the other. The compressed void was shaking and swirling towards Qin Feng. The red energy light surged, the swords roared, and the red light bloomed and rushed towards Qin Feng, as if 9 mountains suppressed Qin Feng, and this kind of power was unparalleled. 7 killing swords. The Tadian 7 killing sword was swung out, and Qin Feng let out a soft roar. The Tadian 7 killing sword flowed out 7 beams of light in the void, and it was like 7 stars descending from the void, attracting Pa Jun, Greedy Wolf, and other stars. The 7 killing sword transformed into the 7 killing sword formation in the void. This kind of power made people panic. In an instant, the 7 killing sword flowed out with bright silver light, and the pressed void seemed to collapse, with a rumbling sound, and then, it slashed at the 9 red dragons. Boom! The silver sword light shot into the sky, and then the sword energy surged and undulated like a wave, connecting into one, and there were raging waves of energy everywhere. The 9 red dragons collapsed in the void and were completely wiped out by the 7 killing sword formation. Then, they revealed an extremely terrifying light that destroyed everything. Red energy danced in the sky, strong winds swept around the inn, and some roofs were blown away. This was just the aftermath. It's terrible. Qin Feng is actually so relaxed and comfortable even though he can rival monks from the 4th level of the mountain-moving world. Crossing the realm to kill the enemy, the opponent actually has the talent of the Holy Sun. Countless monks were talking about it, blood mist was steaming in the void, Qin Feng God King's vision was surrounding his body, he was suspended in the air, the blood mist fist was refined by his God King's power, and could not be hurt at all. Countless monks were stunned, watching Qin Feng's body blooming with bright light. The body of the God King was so terrifying. Is this still a human being? It's really scary to kill 9 red dragons with one sword. Some monks were trembling all over. This scene was too scary. Although the 9 red dragons were transformed by light, they still had dragon power, which shocked people very much. Crack. Suddenly, people were shocked to find that the blood-tipped gun in the innkeeper's hand was suddenly covered with cracks, and then it shattered into powder. This. Countless monks were stunned. Qin Feng only killed the opponent's 9 beams, but the overflowing divine power shattered the opponent's weapons. This was simply unstoppable. Who else here can be Qin Feng's opponent? Snort. Qin Feng snorted coldly, and then, with his feet stomping, he rushed to the innkeeper and slapped him out. This slap made the entire void tremble. The innkeeper was shocked. His weapons were already broken. There was no way he could be Qin Feng's opponent. Puff. Qin Feng slapped the opponent on the body and sent him flying away. After that, the innkeeper was seriously injured and vomited blood from his mouth. You still want to teach me a lesson? Qin Feng yelled and looked down at the seriously injured innkeeper, with great murderous intent flowing in his eyes. I don't dare anymore. At this moment, the innkeeper was almost frightened. He never thought that he, a monk of the 4th level who could move mountains, was not the enemy of the other party. This was tantamount to a loud slap in the face. He still wanted to teach the other party a lesson. As a result, he was taught a lesson by the other party. In this world, there are some things that are beyond your control. Before you want to teach others a lesson, you must at least consider your own strength. After Qin Feng left these words, he instantly rose into the air. He came to the place where Qin Hua died and picked up a diamond scratch-off card. Ding! Congratulations to the host who successfully used the diamond scratch-off card and obtained 50 magic pills. This Shendong Dan can allow monks in the telekinetic realm to evolve, which Qin Feng wants very much at this time. Ignoring the innkeeper lying on the ground like a dead dog, Qin Feng glanced at all the monks around him with powerful eyes. In an instant, the monk who was originally hostile to him turned his eyes inwardly, and all his murderous intent retreated like a tide, with no one to react to him. Afterwards, Qin Feng returned to his guest room. He crossed his legs on the jade futon, took out some chi replenishing pills and swallowed them. This is just a small episode. There is still a tough battle to be fought tomorrow. He must use the next few hours to put himself in the strongest state. Although those people had consumed some of his energy, they didn't know that Qin Feng was not only as powerful as the ocean, but also as powerful as the sea of elixirs. Xieshengli was just a drop in the bucket to him, and he could replenish it in an instant. In the guest room, Qin Feng sat cross-legged on a jade futon. Silver light intertwined around him, and his essence flowed like a sea, surrounding him. Early the next morning, Qin Feng woke up from his trance. As he woke up, Zhou Qing'er and Wang Shui opened his door and walked in. The two prepared toiletries and food. After everything was done last night, the 3 people and 2 beasts began to head to the peak of Zitting Mountain. Swish! A huge dragon horse appeared above the inn, but the boss didn't dare to ask Qin Feng for the room fee. But Qin Feng was not an unreasonable person. He threw down hundreds of spirit stones and left. The dragon horse shone brightly. It turned into a giant of 10 feet. The divine dragon's aura was intertwined, and the momentum was overwhelming. The dragon's aura was so vast that the sky was trembling. Then, a golden crane took off into the sky. With its wings spread, it was also 10 feet huge, flowing with golden rays of light. Zhou Qing'er and Wang Shui sat cross-legged on the crane, followed Qin Feng, and flew to Zitting Mountain together. Near this mountain, there is a small town. Countless people were shocked when they saw the two beasts passing fiercely in the sky. The red gold light of the dragon horse was vast, and the dragon's aura was intertwined and hanging, which made people's hearts palpitate. Qin Feng stood on the back of the dragon horse, his black hair dancing in the wind, and he looked ethereal and sacred. Countless monks in the small town looked at Qin Feng standing on the back of the dragon horse, with bright eyes. Qin Feng started to go to Zitting Mountain. Warm reminder, if you find that clicking the next page will force you to jump to other websites, please use the chapter error or contact us at the bottom to let us know. We will handle it as soon as possible. Thank you for your understanding. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 265. Qin Feng stood on the dragon horse. He said that the fog was vast, the white clothes were better than snow, and the wind was clear and peaceful. In the early morning, the clouds and mists in the mountains were intertwined, white and hazy. At this time, the purple air came from the east, making Zitting Mountain seem to be covered with a layer of gauze, and the purple air was full. With the arrival of Qin Feng, countless cultivators along the way looked at Qin Feng, who was standing quietly, and they were all shocked. Some powerful people saw that there was a great momentum in Qin Feng, which was an invincible posture. I am invincible. It's him, he is the God King body. It is rumored that the ancestor of the Qin family in Suanwu City is a powerful God King body. The other party founded the Qin family in Suanwu City and was invincible in the world. The young cultivators in the east region here were all stunned. They looked at Qin Feng floating in the void and felt very shocked. Qin Feng and Qin Yi both came from the branch of the ancient Qin clan, the Qin family in Suanwu City. The battle between the two made this place very lively and caused endless turmoil. At the same time, Qin Feng's portrait had already been circulated in the four great divine cities, and many people had seen Qin Feng's portrait. Look, Qin Feng has appeared. I believe Qin Yi will come soon. Let's go to the mountain and find a suitable place to watch the battle. When Qin Feng came to the vicinity of Zitting Mountain, he instantly caused a sensation. This boy is really brave and has great courage. He dares to face Qin Yi of the ancient Holy Land alone. Qin Feng is indeed a dragon among men. He was born in a branch of the ancient family. He actually has such talent. It's really surprising. At this moment, there are some old people from the ancient family here, as well as many young talents. They all look at Qin passing through the void with a radiant look. Qin Feng's dragon horse is an ancient beast. Such a mount is not an ordinary dragon among men and cannot be subdued. Similarly, this also shows that Qin Feng, who can be favored by the ancient beast, is indeed far from an ordinary person. With Qin Feng's dragon horse landed on Zitting Mountain. The huge dragon horse and dragon energy intertwined, crawling on the side of the Zitting Mountain battlefield, and began to close his eyes and meditate. This place immediately caused a sensation. Countless young cultivators came here to observe Qin Feng's powerful temperament and admired him. Regardless of Qin Feng's strength, he dared to challenge the quasi-holy son of the ancient Qin clan. Just based on this courage, people have already looked at him with new eyes. The top of the Zitting Mountain is a killing field with ancient runes. Here, clouds and mists intertwined, the vast breath hit the face, and there were surging air columns, spreading shocking energy, full of murderous aura. Time passed by minute, and countless cultivators appeared here. They occupied important positions and wanted to watch the battle between Qin Feng and Qin Yi. However, Qin Yi had not arrived at noon. Could it be that Qin Yi was delayed by something? Qin Yi is afraid and dare not come. Some cultivators from other ancient families laughed disdainfully. Qin Feng had been waiting here for a long time, but Qin Yi had not appeared yet, which made people speculate wildly. Boom boom. Before the battle between Qin Feng and Qin Yi began, a bright light bloomed in the sky, and peerless masters were fighting. Two figures rose up with the wind and fought in the void, shaking the sky and shaking the sky. The battle was extremely fierce. It turned out to be the two great prodigies from Qinglong City and Zuk City. They are also fighting here. Some cultivators' eyes were bright, and they were very surprised when they saw the two powerful masters in the void. This time, Zitting Mountain is the place where the prodigies fight. This is normal. Some cultivators didn't care much. On weekdays, some prodigies chose to fight here, but today, the battle between Qin Feng and Qin Yi was the most attractive. Qin Feng, who was sitting cross-legged on the back of the dragon horse, had a fiery eye that penetrated the void. He saw two monks of the second level of the mountain moving heaven fighting in the void. The fight shook the earth and the sky, and soon disappeared into the distant sky. Boom! At the same time, in another direction, two masters also flew into the air. They were also geniuses, and the two were also fighting. A purple cloud covered them and submerged them. Time passed by minute, and Qin Yi had not come out yet. Just when everyone was waiting anxiously, Qin Feng's eyes bloomed with brilliant golden light and looked into the void. Here he comes. Qin Feng whispered. His light was like divine fire interweaving, and he saw Qin Yi and many other masters flying in the air. Qin Yi rode a Kylan beast, with mist all around him and a fierce aura flowing in it. Beside him, there were 8 masters and more than a dozen maids. They were all masters when they traveled with him. There was a rain of flowers all over the sky, sacred, crystal clear, and full of style. Qin Yi's pomp was indeed amazing, and people couldn't help but look over. He stood on a Kylan beast, his white clothes were also extraordinary, his long black hair was fluttering, his skin was surrounded by a faint luster, his eyebrows were sharp, his eyes were thin, and his body was flowing with precious light, which was an immortal divine body. Next to Qin Yi, Qin Ziren rode a peacock. She and Qin Yi were like a perfect couple, attracting people's attention. "Is it you?" Qin Feng's eyes condensed, and he stood up on the dragon horse. At this moment, a golden beam of light shone in his eyes and looked at Qin Ziren. Now that a few years have passed, Qin Ziren has become a master of the 8th heaven of intention, and has been following Qin Yi's side. His strength is indeed extraordinary. "Qin Feng, you have done many evil things, you should be killed." Qin Ziren's murderous intent flowed around her. She looked down at Qin Feng below, and her teeth were clattering. "Brother Yi, you must kill him and avenge the head of the family and my grandfather." Qin Yi nodded without saying anything. He looked down at Qin Feng below in the void, with 2 beams of light flashing in his eyes. In an instant, 2 golden beams of light also bloomed in Qin Feng's eyes, and met the other party's eyes in the void, becoming the focus of everyone here. "Master, let the 2 of us weigh it for you first, whether this kid is worth your effort." At this time, 2 powerful monks stood up behind Qin Yi. They looked down at Qin Feng below, just like looking at an ant. Both of them are in the first level of moving mountains. They follow Qin Yi and their future is extremely bright. If the divine furnace is not destroyed around these 2 people, their lifeblood is extremely powerful, and the blood turns into clouds and mist, interweaving above their heads. They are all extremely powerful masters with overwhelming blood. Okay. Qin Yi, standing on the back of the Kylan beast, nodded. If Qin Feng can't even beat his 2 war servants, it is indeed not worth it for him to take action personally. Swish. First, a man's body was filled with vitality. His life force was as vigorous as a volcano. He was tall and strong, holding a black long sword, almost tearing the world apart. The long sword became dozens of feet long, and it chopped down with force, like a demon god descending. Window. Tabula equals window. Tabula. Tabula.push, mode, thumbspeed -01, container, tabula below article thumbnail -300x250, placement, below article thumbnail -300x250, target. Type, mix. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 266. The world in this area suddenly split apart. The opponent showed no mercy and slashed at Qin Feng as if the beast had come out of its cage. It was extremely terrifying. Crack. Qin Feng punched out, and the light of the sun intertwined and was extremely blazing. It collided with the opponent's sword and made a loud noise, which was powerful over Zitting Mountain. This punch, with the blessing of the Nine Forbiddens, shattered the opponent's sword energy in an instant, which made Qin Feng's heart tremble. The long knife in this person's hand was a weapon of the average size of the King of Heaven, and the opponent's strength was in the first level of moving mountains. God, his fighting power is even more powerful than the owner of the inn. Crack. On the other side, another person took action. The power of the other person was equally shocking. He was holding a big axe, which was even worse. His long black hair was dancing, and his aura was as terrifying as if the beast god were coming. The light of the axe floated in the void and turned into a mountain. It was extremely heavy and pressed around Qin Feng. The ground shook and almost collapsed. Bang! Qin Feng punched back again, golden light flowed in his fist, and the energy of the sun flowed, hitting the axe mountain, and the sound shook the Zitting Mountain. Brush. At this moment, the dragon horse carried Qin Feng and rose into the sky. He came into the void, with a powerful aura overflowing from his body, facing the two masters alone. The battle alarmed many masters, and they all stared at this place. Before the battle with Qin Yi even started, such a wonderful situation happened, which made people very excited. These two are Qin Feng's servants. They are strong and among the best. There will be a good show. The young monks watching the battle around were talking a lot. They all looked at Qin Feng alone against the two war servants, and their eyes were full of excitement. Swipe. The black sword light and giant axe struck again, tearing the void apart, and the space shook like rags, resounding throughout the sky. Near the top of this mountain, there are formations intertwined, and purple energy flows out, blessing the earth, otherwise it will be penetrated by their fighting power. These two moves are extremely dangerous. Although the two of them are only capable of moving a mountain, they can still fight Qin Yi for hundreds of rounds when they are in the fairy mountain. Otherwise, they will not become Qin Yi's capable generals. Bang bang. Qin Feng intertwined the sun with his left hand, and intertwined the lunar yin with his right hand. Two punches, one black and one gold, were shocked, and finally knocked the two people away. The two of them were extremely horrified. Qin Feng's unarmed tough guy and their weapons made their hair stand on end. You must know that when the monks reach the mountain-moving realm, their divine power is endless. Even the weapons blessed by Genkai have already penetrated into new fields. How many people dare to pick up the weapons with their bare hands? Let me go, Qin Yi's two servants are so tyrannical, how powerful will he be? Qin Feng asked his two servants to take action from the beginning to consume Qin Feng's combat power. There is nothing to brag about, right? Some monks were talking quietly. This battle was a hot topic recently and attracted a lot of people to discuss. Suddenly, the monk saw Qin Yi glance at him. This moment made him feel as if he had fallen into an ice cellar, and he did not dare to talk nonsense anymore. Fortunately, Qin Yi didn't have the same experience as him. He just glanced at him and then turned away. He was just a little ant and he didn't care. The two masters of the mountain-moving realm were both very powerful enemies, which really shocked Qin Feng. Maybe he should also find a few such powerful war servants to work for him. Otherwise, if he encounters such a thing again in the future, and the other party's immortal sect war servants test his own details, and he can only take action personally, it will appear that very shabby. Clang. Qin Feng's Taiyan fist on his left hand was intertwined with the sun fist on his right hand, and then, a light like a small sun burst out. The low-level immortal Kunpeng fists merged into one, blooming with bright light and exerting a power that made people turn to shame. At this moment, the two opponents who were fighting Qin Feng all showed shock. The long knives and axes in their hands all appeared in front of them. Bang! Clang! However, just when they thought they were stopped, a loud noise suddenly came, and their swords and axes shattered into pieces in the void and turned into powder. Qin Feng is unstoppable and has unparalleled divine power. The vision of the Divine King soars into the sky and looks down upon the heaven and earth. Die! Qin Feng's eyes were cold, and his fist seal bloomed again, aiming to smash the two of them directly into the void. Qin Yi, who was originally standing on the Kailan beast, was no longer calm. These two people were his powerful servants and his right-hand men. Naturally, he couldn't watch them being wiped out by Qin Feng. Stop! Qin Yi shouted loudly, and he used the Kailan beast to step forward in an instant, and then a golden light intertwined with his palm, thinking that Qin Feng would take a shot. Bang! Qin Feng's fist turned and struck into the void, colliding with Qin Yi's immortal palm. Boom! The void shook out ripples, and the true energy intertwined and spread out brilliant light, causing a whirlwind to surge out of this place, which was extremely overwhelming. The Kunpeng fist collided with the immortal palm, and a mysterious light shot out from here. Then, the aura of the avenue covered Tongzis Ya, and the light was like a waterfall, covering this place and blocking everyone's threads. The battle at Ziding Mountain began, and Qin Yi and Qin Feng faced each other head-on for the first time, causing such a huge storm. Both of their bodies trembled. The dragon horse and the Kailan beast were shaken and retreated 10 meters away. This was just the moment they came into contact. Before the two of them showed their powerful power, such a strong wind surged up, blowing the countless people watching around, their hair flew wildly, and their hearts trembled. Roar! The Kailan beast under Qin Yi's feet roared, and blood and chi burst out from his body. There was a crisscross of essence and energy, lingering like a dragon, and it was terrifying. Ang! Similarly, the dragon horse under Qin Feng's feet was not to be outdone. It roared, and the dragon's might spread in the void, which was also extremely powerful and shocked the world. Back off! Qin Yi said, and the two war servants bowed slightly to Qin Yi, and instantly retreated and came to Qin Ziren's side. You are finally here. Qin Feng stood on the back of the dragon horse, his white Taoist robe fluttering, like a banished immortal. Qin Yi stood on the back of the Kailan beast, and the same was true. His white clothes were whiter than snow, like the arrival of a god. Both of them have the talent of a saint, and there are few rivals among the younger generation. Kill! Kill! Qin Feng and Qin Yi did not talk too much nonsense. The two of them spread out a majestic momentum and raised their fists to fight each other. Bang! The fists collided in the void, the divine power intertwined, and lightning flowed between the two people. Wisps of light spread in the void, and then, they touched each other and stood on their own divine beasts again. Qin Feng, I have to admit that your growth has exceeded my expectations. Qin Yi shouted softly, and there was an immortal charm around him. Qin Feng was just a thin boy from the Qin family back then, but now he has grown to this point. Being able to compete with him is indeed beyond his expectations. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 267. Qin Yi's eyes are extremely sharp, his black hair is dancing wildly, and his body is lean, but very impressive, with a light golden luster flowing out, and he is an immortal body. Qin Feng's growth exceeded his expectations, making him feel a sense of crisis. Qin Yi, in order to enter the ancient immortal mountain and use your methods to deal with me, you have already fallen behind. With your belief, you cannot defeat me. In Qin Feng's eyes, 2 golden beams of light burst out, and he said breathtakingly, "What happened back then was not my doing. I was just sitting back and enjoying the results. But now, you have destroyed my family's lineage and have sworn hatred with me. I will kill you today." After Qin Yi finished speaking, a golden beam of light burst out from his palm, pressing it towards Qin Feng. The momentum was extremely terrifying, as if it were made of gold. The golden luster flowing out of the opponent's palm is an immortal hand, which can tear the sky and cover Qin Feng below, which is extremely amazing. Bang! Qin Feng was happy and fearless. The black light in his palm flashed and he punched quickly, blocking the opponent's immortal hand. This was Taiyan Fist. Boom! A strong wind bloomed between the two, and the atmosphere here was extremely terrifying. The murderous intention flickered in the void, making the people paying attention around them tremble. There was a loud noise, the murderous intention spread like a blade, and the violence soared into the sky. The two separated again as soon as they touched each other, each standing on top of their own divine beasts. Wisps of divine light fell down one after another, illuminating the two people's bodies in a hazy way, and the sound of the Tao spread. Buzz! Qin Yi took action again, and the entire mountain peak was shaking. He looked down at the world, and swaths of light grabbed Qin Feng with unpredictable power. That palm turned into a giant 10-foot-long hand in the void, possessing an arrogant power. It was like a big mountain shaking down, as if it was trying to oppress Kang Yu. Clang! Qin Feng's heart was shocked. Qin Yi was indeed a genius who could rival the Holy Sun. His talent was astonishing. He was selected by the immortal mountain Holy Land and became a candidate for the Holy Sun. He was indeed a figure. I am afraid that he would be the only one among the young people in the entire Eastern Territory. The Holy Son of Immortal Mountain, no one can rival him. There was a metallic trembling sound, and the Taiyan fist collided with the opponent's immortal hand. Ripples spread out in the void, and the powerful force was like a strong wind. Both of them were knocked away at once. They stepped lightly and stood firmly on the dragon horse and Kylan beast. Qin Yi's black hair was dancing wildly, his eyes were as sharp as razor blades, and his body shone with a faint golden glow, like a demon god, looking down at the world. And Qin Feng stood on the back of the dragon and horse. He was also dressed in white, and his eyes bloomed with golden beams, like a god descending into the human world. The people watching around were all very shocked. As soon as the two people came into contact, such a terrifying and aloof attitude overflowed, which made people feel chilled in their hearts. At this moment, people saw that Qin Yi's cultivation state was very strong. He had a special physique, his body was surrounded by golden light, and he was an immortal divine body. His realm was in the moving ninth heaven, which was intimidating. Qin Feng was not afraid. Although he was at a lower level than his opponent, the light from his divine king body bloomed, and his pressure hit like a tide, which was very impressive. Qin Feng, you are no match for me. If you cut off your hands and kowtow to me, I promise to spare your life. Qin Yi stood on the back of the Kylan beast. His black hair was flying in the air, giving off a little luster, and his sharp eyes contained murderous intent. The other party is trying to kill Qin Feng's Taoist heart. If Qin Yi really kowtows to the other party, he will only be able to live in his shadow and become his prisoner from now on. How could a person as conceited as Qin Feng compromise? What's more, he has so many tricks and it's not certain who will win. Oh, Qin Yi, my murderous intention moves the ninth heaven like cutting grass, but you can't do it. Qin Feng stood on the back of the dragon horse. He shook his finger and was not moved at all, with a calm expression on his face. You are hiding the fear in your heart and using the results of the previous battle as an excuse. This is because you are afraid. Qin Yi's eyes were very cold, with a sneer on his lips, and then he shot Qin Feng again. Swipe. Qin Feng connected his fingers, and the light of Taiyan was like a flying knife, slashing towards Qin Yi's body, his momentum soaring into the sky. Boom! Qin Yi waved his palm, and the void trembled with his unparalleled divine power. All the flying knives in his immortal hand shattered into pieces in the sky. His divine power was like a sea, as if he were forging iron. Clang! Another punch came, and the divine power surged like a tide. Qin Feng flipped over and flew out, his energy and blood surged, and his color changed slightly. However, Qin Yi just shook his upper body and stood on the back of his Kylan beast. His cultivation level surpassed Qin Feng's. At this moment, Qin Feng looked at Qin Yi, with murderous intent in his eyes. His cultivation time was too short, and there was a clear gap between his level and Qin Yi's. Without using the 9 Forbidden and Divine Forbidden, he was indeed defeated by the opponent's cultivation level. Suppress. Everyone watching the battle was horrified. Qin Feng was obviously at a disadvantage. Qin Feng loses to Qin Yi's profound supernatural power. Will the myth of invincibility be shattered? Some things are said to myself. Since Qin Feng returned to Suanwu City, he has been fighting across realms without losing a single victory. This is a normal manifestation. You must know that Qin Yi is one of the candidates for the Holy Sun. After all, Qin Feng does not have the inheritance of the Immortal Mountain. Even if he has the talent of the Holy Sun, he does not have the treasure skills comparable to the Holy Land. It is normal to be suppressed. Some monks commented that Qin Feng has been practicing locally since his debut, and his cultivation was once abolished. It is already amazing to grow to such a state again. Qin Yi's eyes were cold. He looked at Qin Feng and said, "You are not as good as me. You seem very unconvinced. If I hadn't been crippled by Qin Huaishan, I could kill you with one hand now." Qin Feng sneered and continued, "Even now, it's still uncertain who will win. You are just a god king body, and you dare to speak so arrogantly to me. Let me show you the power of my great immortal god body." Qin Yi looked indifferent, and a golden glow bloomed around him. His body was like gold, and the light flowed. "My god king body cultivation is shorter than yours, and I am still a dozen realms behind you, but I am not weaker than you. If I were the same age as you, killing you would be as easy as cutting grass." As Qin Feng finished speaking, a bright moon appeared on the sea behind him, dyeing his black hair with a layer of silver light, sacred and bright. Everyone around was shocked. Qin Feng's god king body was very powerful. He crossed the realm and killed the enemy like cutting grass. More importantly, the other party's cultivation time was indeed very short. The other party was only 20 years old, but he had already reached the first level of intention, 3 years younger than Qin Yi. It has only been 2 years since his cultivation was abolished, and he has reached the state of intention movement. This is a state that many people cannot reach in their lifetime, and Qin Feng only took 2 years. If Qin Feng is given another 3 years, how terrifying will his cultivation be? If he is the same age as Qin Yi, killing Qin Yi is indeed as easy as cutting grass. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 268. The Zitting Mountain was bustling with people, and the purple air soared into the sky for 100,000 miles. The vitality was so strong that the clouds were dyed purple, which was extremely sacred. What immortal body! Today I will kill your immortal body and break your immortal myth. Qin Feng shouted, his murderous aura was so strong that the opponent was an extremely dangerous opponent. If the opponent was alive, he would become a big worry for his family. He had heard people say that the immortal body had divine power like the sea and was as solid as divine gold. Ordinary swords and weapons could not break the defense at all. It was an immortal golden body. Qin Yi's hair flew in disorder, and he burst into a crazy killing intent. He said, "Today I will kill the God King. With your God King blood, I will achieve the reputation of my invincible immortal body." Some people around whispered, "The immortal body versus the God King body, This is a tit for tat. Qin Yi does have the invincible strength of his generation. I heard that he defeated many masters of the younger generation on the Qin clan's immortal mountain and ranked among the top 5 candidates for the Son of God. Some onlookers sighed. If Qin Feng can really make the immortal body, then he has really created a myth. You are worrying about nothing. How can Qin Feng defeat Qin Yi? The countless Tianjiao around were discussing enthusiastically. Qin Feng and Qin Yi were both outstanding people, and they could only look up to them. Kill! Qin Feng shouted loudly, and the God King's strange image surrounded his body. The killing field of Zitting Mountain was shaking, spreading an invisible strong wind, as if it was about to collapse. The energy of the sun surged, and Qin Feng punched out. A terrifying light was blooming, extremely strong and prosperous. It was as if a small golden sun appeared in the void, shining brightly and illuminating the 10 directions. Everyone was shocked and broke out in a cold sweat. A very terrifying feeling passed by, and they felt the tyrannical breath contained in the fist print. Swish! Qin Yi made a move, and the immortal hand turned into a golden beam of light and slapped it. The space vibrated with the golden palm, and it made a violent tremor, and it collided with Qin Feng's sun fist. Boom! Above Zitting Mountain, it was like a thunder explosion, and the space collapsed. The golden energy was violent, surging in all directions like a tide. The immortal hand was golden and dazzling, as if it was made of divine gold. The sun fist turned into a small sun, shining on the 4 poles, and the heat wave was overwhelming. A hot whirlwind of true energy blew up in the killing field, and some energy spread outside the killing field. Some boulders were pulled up and directly shattered into powder in mid-air. The monks watching the battle were blown to the ground by the strong wind, and some even had to use their divine power to resist the strong wind. You have to know that they are very far away from the center of the killing field, and they all have such feelings. How terrible will Qin Feng and Qin Yi feel in the center of the killing field? The collision between the God King and the immortal God body, some boulders in the killing field turned into powder and nothing was left. This place was razed to the ground. Many monks were all surprised. It was hard to imagine that both of them were monks in the realm of intention, but the power they played was more terrifying than that of monks in the realm of moving mountains. Swish! Qin Yi flew into the air, his light was blazing, and his golden palm was as turbulent as the divine fire, extremely dazzling, making people unable to open their eyes, and the power was extremely great. Qin Yi still waved the sun fist, and the golden fist shook the void to collapse, as if to break the sky. Boom! An extremely loud sound spread, and the mysterious force storm created by the 2 people made the golden energy here surging, and it was mighty on the top of the purple gold mountain, as if 2 gods were looking down on all directions. A fierce battle unfolded, and the pale golden palm and golden fist shattered the void, and the big 3 was shaking, like an earthquake. Both of them had inexhaustible physical power, and the immortal divine body and the divine king body were very powerful. The divine power was surging, comparable to divine gold, and the true energy was like the sea, and the bombarded space was shaking. Boom! The 2 separated and were blown away hundreds of meters by the divine power. They were suspended in the air, and the strange phenomenon was earth-shaking. At this moment, Qin Feng held Taiyan in his left hand and the sun in his right hand, and then intertwined them. On his fist, there were golden stripes in the black. He performed Kunpeng fist, stepped on the fairy step, and suddenly appeared in front of Qin Yi, and slapped him directly. What kind of boxing is this? Many people were shocked. The golden fist and the black fist light intertwined, and the power spread out was several times the strength, which shocked everyone. This fist was too powerful. The golden and black light bloomed, and the majestic breath flowed out, as if the world was turned upside down, which made everyone change color. Many people felt that Qin Feng's punch was too terrible. If they were to face it, they would definitely not be able to take it, and they would be turned into meat paste in an instant. Qin Yi was still fearless. He let out a long roar, and the black magic thread stood upside down. The immortal hand cut through the sky and hit Qin Feng's fist. The two people's spirits were inexhaustible, and the void trembled, which made all the cultivators dumbfounded. The immortal hand shook the Kunpeng fist, and the divine sound vibrated and stirred for dozens of miles. The eardrums of countless cultivators were pierced, and some were even shaken to bleed. Countless monks flew into the air and avoided this direction from afar. Even outside the killing field, they were not safe. The divine sound waves emitted by the two men were too terrifying to destroy the world. These two are really perverts. Nima, even monks at the moving mountains realm probably don't have such power. The sound waves of divine power collision alone can kill ordinary monks in the saint realm. Many people widened their eyes and talked to themselves. They were shocked. The light was dazzling, and Qin Feng and the other person separated again. With the blessing of the Nine Forbiddens, the Kunpeng fist was too powerful for even Qin Yi, who was as strong as him. The golden light on his body shot up into the sky, and his palms trembled slightly, forcing him to use his immortal body. Behind Qin Yi, a golden armored god appeared, more than 10 feet tall. The saint was gorgeous and dazzling, as if cast in gold, full of explosive power, and lifelike. The immortal body enveloped Qin Yi's back, and the whole body seemed to be burning with golden divine fire, shining brightly. Roar! Ang! The two beasts were also roaring. They roared through the mountains and rivers, and the light around them was dazzling. The two mature beasts collided with each other, and the cultivators were shocked. These two beasts, with their power over all spirits, are enough to suppress other races and make all beasts surrender. Qin Feng and Qin Yi were fighting a decisive battle. Their mounts were also fighting. The two beasts turned into two lightning bolts and collided in the void. Just the blood and qi that spread out made everyone around them terrified. Qin Feng and Qin Yi were all bodies, very evil, like gods descending on earth, and their beasts were as strong as their masters. The two beasts turned into two lightning bolts, surging in the void. Blood and qi intertwined, the divine sound roared and stirred, and the sound waves shook the void. Window. Tabula equals window. Tabula. Tabula.push, mode, thumbs feed -01, container, tabula below article thumbnail -300x250, placement, below article thumbnail -300x250, target. Type, mix. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 269. God and Demon Step. The immortal body merged with Qin Yi, and lightning flowed around him, and he disappeared into the void in an instant. Swish. A golden beam of light burst out from Qin Feng's eyes, and his fiery eyes pierced through the void. He was alarmed. Qin Yi's steps were very magical and extremely fast. In an instant, Qin Yi's figure appeared in front of Qin Feng, and his immortal hand turned into a heavenly sword, flashing with cold light, slashing towards Qin Feng's vitals. Dang! The immortal martial arts Kunpeng fist was smashed out again, and the golden and black light hit Qin Yi's heavenly sword palm. The strong wind was whistling, and the divine power shook for more than 10 miles. The next moment, Qin Feng stepped on the immortal step to dodge, but even so, he was still shaken away dozens of meters by the divine power overflowing from Qin Yi's palm wind. The opponent's god and demon step was not worse than his immortal step, and it also had an extremely fast speed, which was incredible. Immortal slash! Qin Yi shouted loudly, and the vision of the God King behind him merged with himself, and then, with a metallic luster flowing around his body, he attacked Qin Feng. He became an immortal divine body, and the golden light illuminated the void. He performed the killing technique and hit Qin Feng. Immortal slash, performed with the immortal divine body, continued to slash in the void. Qin Yi stepped on the god and demon steps so fast that it was difficult to see with the naked eye. In an instant, he played dozens of moves. Dozens of immortal slashes, each attack caused the void to collapse, and Qin Feng was directly knocked down from the void and fell to the ground, spreading spiderweb-like cracks. The entire Zitting mountain shook and almost collapsed. This scene shocked everyone. This was the most critical battle in Qin Feng's life. Qin Yi's immortal divine body was stronger than Qin Feng's divine king body, which shocked Qin Feng. From this point of view, the God King body is no match for the immortal God body. Qin Feng is in danger, he might be killed by the immortal God body. If Qin Feng and Qin Yi were at the same level, it would be hard to say who would win. However, strength and age are also the true manifestations of a person's combat effectiveness. Qin Feng can only blame himself for being born 2 years younger. The other cultivators all changed color. Qin Yi, the immortal god body, was so powerful that he could reach such a level. Would the invincible Qin Feng also fall here? Kill! Qin Feng roared on the ground, shaking the mountains and rivers. He stepped on the immortal steps, and in an instant, hundreds of figures appeared on the spot. Under the extreme speed of the 9 forbiddens, they came to the sky. 9 extremes! Qin Feng shouted loudly, and the speed of the immortal steps was also unparalleled in the world, making him unique in the world. Hundreds of figures waved Kunpeng fist together, and under the blessing of the 9 forbiddens, they bombarded Qin Yi, and their might surprised everyone. He took Qin Yi's attack head on, but he was unscathed. Is his God King body so strong? What kind of defense does it take to have such power? In the void, all the cultivators suspended in the air were shocked. Qin Feng's speed was no worse than Qin Yi's god and demon steps, and his defense was extremely amazing. He was not broken by the opponent's overwhelming magic power. As the 9 forbiddens were triggered, Qin Feng's whole body was surging with energy. Under the blessing of the 9 forbiddens, he shook all the purple clouds around him, punched Qin Yi, and knocked him out. Dang! A shocking metal tremor came, and the immortal body Qin Yi was shaken. His whole body was full of energy, and he also hit Qin Feng's Kunpeng fist head on. It was like forging iron. His body was shining with golden light, as hard to shake as the ancient sacred mountain. The vision of the God King confronted the immortal God body, spreading a monstrous power, making countless people unable to help but want to worship, with shock in their hearts. Kunpeng's fist could lift the sky, and it pressed over at once, stirring up a beam of light that reached the sky. Cut! Qin Yi roared, and he went up against the sky, trying to smash Qin Feng's Kunpeng fist. The light of the moon and the sun intertwined and bloomed, making Qin Yi's immortal body tremble again, and Kunpeng's extreme will filled the sky. The two fought fiercely together, and the top of the mountain was boiling. In the end, Qin Yi retreated again, and was not as powerful as Qin Feng and showed a sign of defeat. Qin Feng actually got the upper hand, the God King body suppressed the immortal God body. Many cultivators were surprised, and the situation began to take a sharp turn for the worse. Qin Feng got the upper hand and suppressed Qin Yi, who had an immortal God body. Open it for me. Suddenly, Qin Yi's black hair stood upside down, he let out a long roar, and a golden light burst out from his body. Then, a sound of shackles breaking was heard. In an instant, Qin Yi's cultivation level soared, and he turned around and stood in the second level of the moving mountain realm. No, Qin Yi is actually a cultivator in the second level of the moving mountain realm. He has been suppressing his cultivation level and fighting with Qin Feng, wanting to defeat Qin Feng together. A cultivator exclaimed, shocked to the extreme, Qin Yi can be even stronger. You can die now. Qin Yi said coldly and ruthlessly. He originally wanted to kill Qin Feng with his cultivation level in the moving realm, but he didn't expect Qin Feng to be so tricky. He had no choice but to fight with all his strength. It's still unknown who will win. Qin Feng shouted loudly, and he stood in the Nine Forbidden Realm in an instant, surrounded by the God King's vision, and his body shook the sky and the earth. The next moment, a green dragon appeared on his body, and the dragon talisman appeared to be combined with the God King's vision, blessing Qin Feng's combat power to a higher level. Bang! The lower grade Kunpeng fist of the immortal grade smashed out, and under the blessing of the nine forbidden powers, it merged with the dragon and blasted forward. The void was trembling, the mountains were shaking, and the space was cracking inch by inch. It was unstoppable and domineering. Dang! This time, Qin Yi's immortal slash flowed out divine patterns all over the sky, and then turned into a 40-foot-long stretch forward, using the immortal divine body to use brilliant divine light, shaking the sky and the earth, cutting open the void, causing a crack in the void, and murderous auras surged. Dragon Talisman! Qin Feng shouted again, and then, the dragon talisman in front of him flowed with sky-high light, and under the blessing of the nine prohibitions, it instantly expanded to 100 feet, flowing with endless dragon energy. The dragon energy surged, roaring and shocking the sky, and with a boom, it bared its fangs and claws and crashed into Qin Yi, and the space was trembling. Qin Yi's immortal divine body burst into 1,000-foot golden light, the immortal palm in his left hand, the immortal slash in his right hand, split the void, and slashed towards the dragon talisman. The dazzling light collided, the void was annihilating the mountains were shaking the rocks and collapsing the clouds, the azure dragon talisman was shattered in the starry sky, and his immortal hand and immortal slash were also shattered by Qin Feng. Then, the two huge god kings and immortal bodies retreated 100 meters away. Dong, dong, dong. Every time the two took a step, the zittering mountain they stepped on shook, and spider web-like cracks appeared on the ground. Even with the formation symbols from the ancient times, they could not stop it. The horror was boundless. Immortal painted halberd. Qin Yi let out a light shout, and at this moment, a Fangtian painted halberd appeared in his hand. This Fangtian painted halberd was a weapon given to him by the Holy Land, a quasi-immortal weapon made of crystal stone. Window. Tabula equals window. Tabula. Tabula.push, mode, thumbspeed -01, container, tabula below article thumbnail -300x250, placement, below article thumbnail -300x250, target. Type, mix. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 270. The Fangtian Huaji is called the Immortal Halberd. When Qin Yi swung it, it shook the void, making people shudder and feel fear. This is a quasi-immortal weapon, spreading brilliant power, making everyone tremble and their hearts break. Qin Yi looked thin, but he was very powerful. He swung the Fangtian Huaji, which was as heavy as a mountain. He was extremely domineering. The energy there was like an ocean, and it surged and collapsed the void. At this time, Qin Feng took out his lower grade immortal weapon, the immortal slaughtering Azura. Swish. The immortal slaughtering Azura slashed up with force, Qin Feng's eyes burst into golden light, and he rushed forward to kill. The gorgeous sword light almost collapsed the void. The two immortal weapons collided, bursting out a harsh roar, and then the raging waves of the gods surged in all directions, rendering the golden red above Ziting Mountain, flowing like an ocean. How powerful are these two? It's really terrifying. Among the younger generation in the East region, there are probably few people who can compete with them. Countless people were all shocked and shocked by the deterrence of Qin Feng and the others. If ordinary creatures entered such a great momentum, they would definitely be annihilated and end up miserably. The first move of the 8 styles of destroying the sky. Qin Yi shouted loudly, and he displayed a powerful martial art. His whole body was blazing with golden light, and it burst out with dazzling brilliance. 8 terrifying killing styles were slashed out, and the murderous aura was soaring that the world trembled. 8 immortal halberds slashed out at the same time, shattering the void, making Zitting Mountain tremble, and terrible cracks appeared, destroying everything. Boom! The light of the immortal halberd, each of which was dozens of feet long, slashed down immediately, and the light golden light of terror submerged everything, swept forward, destroying all obstacles, and possessed all kinds of divine power. Qin Feng's body shook. The opponent's immortal halberd had the power of heaven and earth. He waved the immortal killing Azura and swept forward. The 10 hells of hell slashed out, and a Azura vision enveloped Qin Feng, interweaving with blood-colored lightning one after another. Qin Feng's 2 visions stood side by side, and he hit the opponent's immortal halberd with great power. The void was trembling, the mountains were shaking, and the strong wind raged across the wilderness. At this moment, Qin Feng, with the blessing of the 9 prohibitions, used the 2 visions to protect his body, and used the 10 hells of hell to fight Qin Yi. They fought here, and their aura was extremely strong. Qin Feng can actually fight Qin Yi, who is in the 2nd level of moving mountains, to this extent. It's amazing. Many people were extremely surprised. Many people clearly saw that Qin Feng was at a disadvantage, but it was amazing that Qin Feng could fight Qin Yi to this extent. You know, Qin Feng is only in the 1st level of intention, while Qin Yi is in the 2nd level of moving mountains. The gap between the small realms of the food pavilion is shocking. After all, Qin Yi is a quasi-holy son cultivated by the ancient Holy Land, and he is invincible. But now, he can't defeat Qin Feng, who is 10 small realms lower, in a short time. This is shocking and unbelievable. Outside the field, Qin Ziren saw that Qin Feng was evenly matched with Qin Yi, which made her extremely hateful. Her pupils shrank slightly, and she saw Wang Shui and Zhou Qing'er who were unwilling and extremely worried. So, Qin Ziren sent a message to the war servants beside him, "Go and catch those 2 for me." Yes. All the war servants nodded slightly, and then approached the 2 without a trace. All 8 of them are extremely powerful, and the 2 most powerful war servants have the power of the moving mountain realm, which is very terrifying. And Wang Shui and the other one are in the 1st stage of the transformation of the spirit, and the other is still in the entering saint realm. How could they be their opponents? Someone is coming. The crane that moved the 1st heaven suddenly spoke. It had just swallowed the breakthrough pill not long ago. It became a divine beast in the moving realm. Its keen spiritual perception instantly discovered the crisis. Swish! The crane carrying the 2 women instantly soared into the air, leaving a residual image on the spot and appearing in the distant sky. Boom! A loud noise appeared, and the attacks of 2 of the war servants hit the ground, and suddenly the rocks collapsed, which scared all the monks watching the battle. This movement also alarmed Qin Feng in the battle. His eyes were fierce, and he glanced at Qin Yi's war servant with his peripheral vision, and his heart was surging with anger. Boom! Qin Feng was extremely furious. He stepped on the immortal step and rushed over. The Shura vision behind him waved the 10 hells to suppress Qin Yi in front. In an instant, the Shura vision rushed over, and under the blessing of the 9 forbiddens, it was like a mountain pressing down on Qin Yi, directly suppressing him, and it was extremely tyrannical. Qin Yi's 8 immortal halberd lights were shaken apart, and he was blown away by the holy power spread by the Shura vision. Boom! A shocking sound came, and a Shura appeared behind Qin Feng's god again, and the Shura kicked towards Qin Yi's Kailan beast to suppress it. At this moment, the 10 hells of hell surged with brilliant divine power, and with a bang, the 9 forbiddens were triggered, directly asking the Kailan beast to suppress it, and it shattered on the spot and turned into meat paste, and red blood was floating. Little monster, go help Qing'er and the others. Qin Feng's cold voice came out, and he appeared again with an image, 2 Shura visions, and a God King vision. The three visions surrounded Qin Feng, spreading a lot of extreme intentions. Under the blessing of the 9th level, they were extremely brave and killed Qin Yi. For a while, the light here was brilliant, and the three visions were ever-changing, and the immortal Shura fought against the indestructible halberd. Swish! At the moment when the three visions besieged Qin Yi, Qin Feng stepped on the immortal steps and picked up a diamond scratch card after the Kylan beast was shattered. Qin Feng scratched it off immediately. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully using the diamond scratch card and winning 1000 Shendong pills. Qin Feng, you killed my beast, I will make you die without a burial place. After the Kylan beast died, Qin Yi's body was full of golden light, his hair stood up, and he was furious. The beast mount he had finally obtained was killed by Qin Feng in one encounter, which made him extremely angry. At the same time, he decided to kill Qin Feng and take his mount for himself. When Longma heard Qin Feng's words, he flew out of the field in an instant, wanting to help Zhou Qing'er and the others. Longma has the same extreme speed as the monster, and it is mature, with the strong cultivation and the strength of the intentional realm. Where are you going? Qin Yi shouted. He grabbed Longma with one palm, trying to catch Longma. Go back. Qin Feng naturally couldn't let the other party succeed, he shouted lightly, and then, the immortal slayer Shura slashed forward and stopped Qin Yi. Then I'll finish you off first, you can't run away. Qin Yi snorted coldly, and once again gathered his mind to fight Qin Feng to death. This time it was even more intense. The immortal slayer Shura, fighting against the immortal halberd, made the people around him shudder. They didn't expect the immortal body to be so terrifying. This won't work, the realm gap between the 10th heaven is too big. Pangu's foot has only been used for half a month, it can't be used anymore. Qin Feng was getting more and more frightened. He had already fought Qin Yi for 800 rounds, and the consumption was very serious.